Everybody ready? The time is now 5:30. We're going to call to order Monday, July 15th, 2024, Finance and Purchasing Committee meeting. Can I get a roll call, please?
Alderman Guzman. Alderman Donenworth.
Here.
Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Alderman Newsom.
Present. We have a quorum. Item C, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from June 17th, 2024?
First.
Motion
Second.
by Alderman Hayes, second by Alderman Florian. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye, motion carried. Item D, public comment. Is there anyone that wants to talk about anything on the agenda?
Good evening again, Council. Two things on the agenda, C.
Can you state your name first?
Mr. Elwes, Rayon Elwes.
Thank you.
Two things, C, another payout. Y'all, we spend so much money paying out. I just don't even understand this. At some point, we got to, this is ridiculous. Another $300,000. And we never talk about it or never tell the community what's going on, right? In the beginning, you guys say we can't say nothing because of attorney, tell us not to. And then when these things is over with, nobody gives this community an explanation on why $300,000 of their taxpayer dollars is being given to somebody. Y'all really got to think about that. Like somebody owed us an explanation at some point. And I hope one of you aldermen say something at some point to tell us something, and then the next thing is D. A memorandum and an understanding with the Lake County Sheriff, like what is that? Is somebody going to talk about that, or when you do guys get to that, can you explain to this community what that is and what's the purpose for it? Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Okay, moving on. Item A, a resolution authorizing a lease of MSA gas detection equipment from Air One Equipment. Staff recommends that the City Council approve a resolution authorizing a lease of MSA gas detection equipment from Air One Equipment, Inc. for a 5-year contract, total not to exceed $25,860. Can I get a motion on the floor?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Donenworth, second by Alderman Florian.
Chair, we do have Alderman Guzman
Okay.
to join.
Can I get a motion to seat Alderman Guzman?
First.
Motion by Alderman Donenworth, second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Hayes to seat Alderman Guzman. All right, this is for 6 monitors.
Oh, you just need a voice vote on that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, thank you. This is for a 5-year contract. Are there any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes. Aye. Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye, motion carried. Item B, a resolution approving a procurement of scheduling and payroll software from Time Clock Plus LLC in the amount not to exceed $47,925.33. Can I get a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Florian. Second by Alderman Donenworth. Are there any questions to this motion? Being none, roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes. Aye. Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye, motion carried. Item C, a resolution approving a settlement and release of all claims for Water Department Employee Compensation Claim Number 210513W002 in the amount not to exceed $300,000. Can I get a motion on the floor?
Motion.
Motion
Second.
by Alderman Donenworth, second by Alderman Florian. Are there any questions to this motion? Can we have Mr. Bob Bentz come up? And whatever you can.
It's a workman's compensation settlement claim for a water employee who fell, injuring his knee, had to have a total knee replacement. This gentleman cannot come back to work because of the total knee replacement and the issues he's had since then. And it's just a standard workers' comp settlement. We didn't take it to the commission because we don't like taking workers' comp to the commission because they usually end up giving lifetime medical if we do. So this is a settlement, and in this case, being an RMRF employee, he was entitled to vocational rehab services. Instead of putting him in through that and us paying 2 years of his salary, we added that into his claim. So he's clear and free, and we're clear and free of his medical for, instead of taking on his medical for the rest of his life.
Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Bentz.
Yep.
Is there anyone else that has any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye, motion carried. Item D, a resolution approving a memorandum of understanding with Lake County Sheriff concerning the tactical response team. The Waukegan Police Department recommends the Finance and Purchasing Committee consider a resolution approving a memorandum of understanding with the Lake County Sheriff's Department concerning the tactical response team and recommend the resolution to the City Council for approval. Are there any questions to this motion? Mr. Bentz, you talked a little, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Good evening. Is there any specific questions that you have?
Can you
regarding-
just explain the
What?
general concept, so the,
Sorry, partnering, no?
So we're seeking a memorandum of understanding with the Lake County Sheriff's Department in reference to the tactical response team. What that does is allows us to use their services for special events, like the Scoop, for instance. We had 15 of their deputies on each day of the Scoop that assisted with supplementing manpower. It also allows us abilities where our other resources in reference to NIPIS can't satisfy our needs. So we're seeking that. The initial thought is to have 4 officers join the team with Lake County, and we could use their services when needed.
Will those officers, the Waukegan officers, will receive training with Lake County as well? They'll train with that response team?
Yes, they'll train their specific qualifications that they have to meet. All that training will be provided to them.
Okay.
Mis- Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
So I think it's my understanding, maybe Bob can speak to this, but it doesn't cost the city anything. In fact, we're getting the training, the sheriff's office is indemnifying us so that we're not responsible when these Waukegan officers are working with the sheriff's office.
And it doesn't cost of anything in insurance-wise. The memorandum, they're providing all the liability insurance while the guys are on the team also, so that's some liability taken off the city for the responses.
Thank you. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye, motion carried. We have the reports and communications. Did anyone have any questions regarding any of the reports?
Actually, I do.
Alderman Guzman?
So when are we going to start discussing the casino money and start for the police station and whatever the money's going to be moved around with.
So now that the UDO is done, we have a committee of the whole to deal with some of the other items that have been proposed. We discussed that the mayor would present her recommendation on the revenue allocation plan to the city council at the next city council meeting, and then that there would be a meeting called for for the city council to bring their own proposals and work out basically how they want to move forward.
Sounds great, thank you. One other question. No, thank you.
Mr. Schultz sent an email to everyone this afternoon regarding some of the sales tax over the last 5 years, multi-year sales review, and I asked him to speak briefly on that.
Although Waukegan has a number of big box stores, retail sales for the most part, or for a large part, comes from our small retail shops, or our small mom and pop operations. They work extremely hard. They've done extremely well over the years. Since 2019, retail sales in Waukegan have increased 48%. We collected $19.5 million in 2019 and $29 million in 2023. A lot of the increase was fueled in 2022. We had high rates of inflation, the effects of COVID, increased the prices of goods and services. Along with the increase in prices of goods and services is an increase in our sales tax. It increased 28% in that year. It increased another 10% the following year and 3.8% last year. We project going forward that retail sales will increase 1.5% to 2% a year in Waukegan. We had, from our municipal tax alone, the 1% tax, $14 million. That means retail sales was $1.4 billion in Waukegan in calendar year 23. I don't think people realize that. The amount of retail sales that flows through Waukegan, through our big stores and through our smaller mom and pop shops. We'll lose a small portion of our retail sales effective January 1 of 2026 when the tax on groceries is eliminated. That 1% tax brings in anywhere from $1.2 to $1.7 million a year right now. If we increase retail sales by 2% and lose the grocery tax, we'll probably fall short by about $750,000 to $1 million 3 years from now. We'll need to decide at that time how to move forward. Whether we're going to have our own local grocery tax, which I don't think is going to be the choice of the council, or we simply cut costs or look in other directions. Any questions on retail sales? I think the whole point of the email was to show everyone how strong retail sales have been in Waukegan the last 5 years.
Alderman Florian?
Do you think there's any appetite at the state level that might be changed because of the pushback communities like ours have given to them about the grocery tax? Right. He's laughing. Well, no, they're not. It actually doesn't affect them. It only affects us. They did it to help the consumers, but it also hurts us. Can I ask another question, or do you want to continue on this topic? Sure. Do we know at the end of last fiscal year yet where we ended up, like what we've put into capital improvement and so on? Like, I know it took a while to get the final numbers in.
We're working on the final numbers now, but it appears that the general fund will finish the year with a surplus of about $2 million. This is after putting $3 million in a fixed asset fund and another $1 million in streets.
Nice. Thank you.
Alderman Guzman?
I disagree with Alderman Florian. I think all essentials should not be taxed, like groceries, water, anything you need essentially. So I'm very happy that the state is moving in this direction. And we need to adapt to that because a lot of people do go to Wisconsin and go buy groceries there because of the no tax. Thank
What
you.
about property tax? A house is essential in many ways.
No, because you can go rent.
But don't you think renters pay taxes through their rent? That the owner of the building has to pay taxes and the renters cover the taxes for the owner of the building.
But look at your payment from your rent to your house payment, and then look at your expenses, and then look at your upkeep. You don't, as a renter, you don't have to have that. You don't have to have that if you don't want to. Owning a home is a privilege that you don't need. You could go rent all your life and save yourself tons of money.
All right, thank you very much. Is there any other questions? Can I get a motion to adjourn at 5:46 PM?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Alderman Donenworth.
Second.
Second by, you said Florian? Okay. Alderman Guzman. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.